Welcome back to my Madden 23 relocation rebuild with the Oklahoma City Bison. Today we are in Season 3 and Week 6. We will be watching this game today against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they have a pretty potent offense. They are led by a 90 overall in Trevor Lawrence, a 91 overall Travis Etienne, and then at wide receiver they have a 91 Christian Kirk, an 86 Calvin Ridley, and a 79 overall Chris Chamblin, who is an auto-generated player. And then at tight end, they have an 89 overall X-Factor Evan Ingram. Their defense isn't exactly bad either. An 85 overall Davon Hamilton. At left outside linebacker, we get to see Daryl Martin because luckily for us, Rashawn Gary is injured. Middle linebacker is an 87 overall, not going to try to say his name. Right outside linebacker is an 84 overall Trayvon Walker. At corner, they have an 88 overall Tyson Campbell and an 82 overall Byron Jones. Free safety is an 81 overall Andre Cisco, and then strong safety is an 89 overall CJ Gardner-Johnson. There is a forecast for heavy rain, and the offense wants to know what our game plan is. It's going to be to run the ball. We really need to start running the ball a lot more with Antonio Gibson. We need to beat the Jaguars and rack up 150 rushing yards. Even though apparently he is injured, following weekly training, Thomas Ross gets an upgrade. He gets +1 to acceleration, awareness, jumping, man coverage, and tackling. Now, looking at the injury report, we are still without Stephen Locklear today, and we will be missing Thomas Ross for the next 3 weeks, so he should be back after our bye week. In the last episode, we managed to win our first 2 games of the season, but then we lost a close one to the Raiders due to a few mistakes made near the end of the game. Today's game is pretty important though, because if we can win, we will be in second place in the division. The Bison will get the ball first. Hopefully Keyshawn Gaither can rebound from his performance against the Raiders. So far on the season, he has 7 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. In the last video, I didn't watch a couple of the games and he played really good, but when we jumped in, he looked awful. Well, I guess it's not fair to say that he looked awful the entire time. He just made a few mistakes near the end. But now 1st and 10 from the 25. It's a new game. And a handoff to Antonio Gibson to the outside will start this game with an 8-yard run. Gaither back in shotgun now from the 33-yard line. Nyheim Hines is in a running back. Gaither will look to pass, throws on the run, and gets intercepted. What was the reason for attempting to throw on the run? Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars will take over at the 41-yard line of Oklahoma City. He comes out in a 5-wide set. He'll take the snap, a quick throw to the outside. That is caught for a gain of about 9 yards. Lawrence back in shotgun again. Now from the 32-yard line, he'll drop back to pass again. And he throws to the outside. That will be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 1. Lawrence back in shotgun. Etienne is in at running back here. He'll take the snap, and it's a handoff up the middle to Etienne for the first down. So obviously a new set of downs for Jacksonville. Lawrence goes under center from the 29-yard line. He will drop back, and it's a play fake to Etienne. Now he's under pressure, hit by Kevin Donald, and that will be incomplete. Donald brought a lot of pressure on that play and forces a 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 10. He'll take the snap, a throw to the outside. That's caught by Ingram for the first down, brought down inside the 20-yard line. A couple run plays later from Etienne. It is now 3rd and 5 from the 11-yard line. Lawrence will drop back to pass. Looking to go downfield. He goes to the end zone. That is caught for the touchdown by Christian Kirk. All right, Gaither, let's shake off the interception and just try to move on. We started the 25-yard line from under center. Gaither will take the snap and a handoff to Gibson, who goes up the middle, follows his blocks for a gain of about 6 yards. Leads to a 2nd and 4. Gaither will line up under center. Gibson is still the running back from the 31-yard line. He sends Michael Thomas in motion. He takes the snap, he'll look to pass, and he throws over the middle, caught by Thomas for the first down. 1st and 10 from the 40 now. Gaither back in shotgun. He'll send Gibson out wide, so now he is the only one in the backfield here. See where he tries to go with this one. It will be a pass play. A quick throw over the middle, bounces off his tight end's head, and then hits the ground. Even though it bounced off his head, he still had a chance to catch it and couldn't come down with it. Now 2nd and 10. Back in a 5-wide set. He'll take the snap and look to pass. He throws downfield. That is caught for the first down. And that's going to be Nyheim Hines down to the 41-yard line of Jacksonville. Now Gaither will come out under center. Gibson is the running back again. He'll drop back to pass. Standing in the pocket. Now he's going to go deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. From the 41-yard line, back in shotgun on 2nd down. Gaither, a quick throw downfield, will be caught for the first down by Darius Slayton to the 28. Jacksonville had an injury on the last play, which is why the clock is now stopped. 1st and 10. Gaither will drop back to pass, and he throws deep over the middle, and that was a wobbly pass, but it found the target down to the 6-yard line. That is Deshaun Slaughter. A couple plays later, it is 3rd and goal from the 7. Michael Thomas was actually injured a couple plays ago, so we have to keep an eye on that injury. But now to the 5-wide set. Gaither will take the snap. He's under pressure. Gaither's going to try to run and get into the end zone. Touchdown, Bison, and we have tied this game up at 7. And this is showing that Michael Thomas has a bruised sternum and will not be able to return for this game. Jacksonville is facing a possible 3-and-out on their next drive thanks to a sack from Javon Hargrave. It's 3rd and 11. Lawrence will take the snap. A quick throw to the outside will be caught, but nowhere near the marker, and it's actually incomplete. They will punt it away. We jump into Oklahoma City's next drive. It is 3rd and 4 from the 47. Gaither back in shotgun. 2.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. He'll take the snap and look to pass. A throw to the outside will be incomplete, and we will probably end up punting this one away, and we will. However, on the first play in simulation on Jacksonville's next drive, Desmond King would intercept Trevor Lawrence, and we take over at the 11-yard line. Gaither, you're going to need to capitalize on this opportunity. 1st and 10, back in shotgun. Hines is the running back. It's a handoff to Hines up the middle, and that is really going nowhere. They would actually rule it a loss of 1, so now it's 2nd and 11 from the 12-yard line. Gaither back in shotgun. It's another run play. This one to Gibson, and he is also going nowhere. Another loss. We're at the 13-yard line now. It is still 3rd and 11, though. Gaither back in shotgun. About a minute to play here in the first quarter. He'll look to pass. Standing in the pocket. He's going to try to escape, and he's going to get sacked on the play. We only go backwards after getting the interception. So we will send Jake Elliott out for a 34-yard try to make it 10-7. The kick is away, and this one should be good. We now head to the second quarter. It is 3rd and 3 for Jacksonville. Lawrence is under center. Etienne is the running back. And it's a handoff to Etienne to the outside, and he will end up with the first down just barely. Never mind, they rule it 4th and inches. I thought he got there. After they punt it away, we face a 3rd and 2, a possible 3-and-out from our own 35. It's a handoff to Gibson, who was blown up in the backfield, and we will once again punt it away. But then Trevor Lawrence is once again intercepted, this time by Isaiah Rodgers, and we take over at the 12-yard line. We couldn't punch it into the end zone the last time we started here. Let's see if we can do it this time. 1st and 10, back in shotgun. Antonio Gibson is the running back. Gaither will look to pass, and he's going to the end zone on the first play. That is caught in the back corner. I believe that is going to be Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Bison. Never mind, it's George Carson, our tight end. That was an absolutely perfectly placed ball by Keyshawn Gaither. May have been the best throw of the year so far for him. The Jaguars looking to respond, face another possible 3-and-out. It's 3rd and 5 from their own 30. Lawrence back in shotgun will take the snap and looks to pass, dropping farther back, and now throws it to the outside, and it will be another 4th down, and they will punt it away. We jump in at the 50-yard line where we face a 3rd and 4. Gaither back in shotgun will take the snap, looking to convert to the outside. A wide open man. That's Deshaun Slaughter for the first down into Jacksonville territory. Let's see if we can keep this drive moving. It's 1st and 10 from the 43. He'll take the snap and go downfield. That was in between about 3 defenders, but he was able to fit it in. First down to Darius Slayton. An incomplete pass on first down brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. Gaither will take the snap, and a quick throw to the outside. That is going to be caught, I believe, by Ian Thomas, who turns upfield down the sideline and brought down inside the 5. That is not Ian Thomas. That is actually wide receiver Jamarcus Tompkins. I thought that was a little too fast to be a tight end, but it brings up a 1st and goal from the 4. Gaither lines up under center. Gibson is the running back, but he'll drop back to pass to the end zone, and that is incomplete. Now it brings up a 2nd and goal from the 4. Samaje Perine is in at running back here. In a goal line set, it's a toss out to Perine, and that's going nowhere. Actually, he breaks that tackle, and Samaje Perine into the end zone. That play was almost dead on the start, and we make it 24-7 instead. How about another possible 3-and-out for Jacksonville? It's 3rd and 10 from the 25. Lawrence back in shotgun. Etienne is the running back. He'll drop back to pass and lob it down the sideline, but nobody's there, and they will once again punt it away. He is having a horrible day. In simulation, we managed to drive down to the Jaguar 29-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Gaither will line up under center, and we'll give it to Gibson right up the middle, and Gibson with some good blocking will end up with a first down run. A little over 2 minutes to play here in the half. From the 18-yard line, Gaither will go back under center. He sends Tompkins in motion. It's a handoff to Jamarcus Tompkins to the outside, and he will be brought down at about the 10-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play to bring up a 2nd and 2, and it brings us to the 2-minute warning. We come back in shotgun for the next play. Naheem Hines is in at running back. Gaither will take the snap and look to pass. Standing in the pocket, now going to the end zone, and a touchdown pass. I believe that is going to be Darius Slayton. No, yes, okay. I was confused for a second. It is Darius Slayton. We make it 31-7. Gaither right now is having the best game we have actually seen him play. First and 10 with 56 seconds to play here in the half. Lawrence will take the snap and look to pass. He goes deep over the middle, but overthrows his receiver. That brings up a second and 10. From the 39-yard line, he comes back in shotgun here. 53 seconds and only one timeout. Lawrence will take the snap and look to pass. He's under pressure, but finds his man underneath. That's caught by Etienne, and he brings up a 3rd and 5 now. With about 30 seconds to go in the half, Lawrence in shotgun will once again drop back to pass. He's standing in the pocket, has a lot of time, and now he finally throws downfield, and that one's going to be intercepted on the play, and that is outside linebacker Daryl Nix returning it all the way to the 40-yard line. Well, we have 21 seconds and all 3 timeouts. Let's see what Gaither can do. On the first play, he'll throw to the outside, and that is caught for actually incomplete. Never mind, the refs would overturn that. That was a gain of 3 to bring up a 2nd and 7. 17 seconds to go in the half now. Gaither out of shotgun. Will take the snap and go over the middle. That is caught for the first down, but there is a flag down. Let's see what this call is going to be. That was caught by Darius Slayton, and the penalty is going to be holding on the offense. It was left tackle Jabari Booth, and that probably moves us out of field goal range. 2nd and 17 with 11 seconds to play in the half. He will send Gibson out wide. So now Gaither is the only one in the backfield. We still have all 3 timeouts. He stands back in the pocket, now throws downfield. That'll be caught by Slaughter, who's brought down to the 38. We would burn a timeout with 2 seconds to go in the half, and we will see if Jake Elliott can make this 55-yard field goal. The kick is away, and this one will be no good. The Jaguars get the ball to start the second half, but have driven all the way down to the Bison 8. It's 1st and goal. Lawrence throws on the run, caught by Etienne on the screen, but he is brought down for no gain on the play. That brings up a 2nd and goal, now out in a 5-wide set. Lawrence all alone in the backfield. He will finally take the snap, and he's going to take off on the play, and he will get brought down inside the 5. 3rd and goal from the 4. Lawrence back in shotgun. Etienne is the running back. He takes the snap and will throw to the end zone, and that's another touchdown to Christian Kirk. They make it 31-14. Okay, I lied. They make it 31-15. They would actually go for 2 and get it in simulation, but now the Bison face a 3rd and 10 and a possible 3 and out. Gaither is going to load up and go deep downfield, but that'll be incomplete. Overthrew Darius Slayton. Now we will punt it away. We jump into a 3rd and 3. Lawrence will line up under center from the Bison 48. They hand off Etienne, and he will not get the first down. 4th and 1. Well, instead of going for it, they're going to try a 63-yard field goal. I don't agree with this one at all. This kick is going to be very short. But thanks to that dumb decision, the Bison do get to start in Jacksonville territory from the 47-yard line. Gaither back in shotgun on 1st down. He'll throw downfield. That'll be caught for the first down by Darius Slayton, brought down to the 36. A couple plays later, we face a 3rd and 5. Gaither all alone in the backfield from their 31-yard line. He'll throw over the middle. That is caught for the first down by Naheem Hines, brought down to the 22. Gaither back in shotgun for the very next play. About 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's a handoff to Gibson to the outside. He'll break one tackle, and he had to stumble. Otherwise, I think he may have been gone down the sideline. But still a solid run from Gibson. It brings up a 2nd and 3. Gaither back in shotgun from the 15-yard line. Will drop back a quick throw. The middle is caught for the first down by Darius Slayton. An incomplete pass on the next play brings up a 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line. Gaither will line up under center. Gibson is the running back. He sends Slayton in motion. He drops back to pass, though. Standing in the pocket. Now he's going to try to take off. Break away from one sack inside the 10 and will slide down to the 7-yard line. It brings up a 3rd and goal for the Bison. Gaither will line up under center. About 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Gaither will take the snap and look to pass. He's going to try to roll it to the outside, but gets sacked on the play, brought down to the 9-yard line. So it brings up a 4th and goal, and we will see if we kick this before the end of the quarter or not. The snap, the hold, the kick is away, and it is good. We're up 34-15. The Jaguars down by 19 points face a 3rd and 10. Lawrence out of shotgun will take the snap and look to pass. He's under a lot of pressure, hit as he's throwing downfield, and it falls incomplete. I didn't expect this. I thought they would punt it away, but I went back to simulation, and then they would go for it on 4th down, but Lawrence threw the pass away, so we start at the 25-yard line. And on this drive, we could really just put this game away. Gaither lines up under center. Gibson is the running back. It's a handoff to Gibson, who goes up the middle, and he will fight his way forward for a gain of about 4 yards to bring up a 2nd and 6. Now Gaither will come out in shotgun with 2 running backs in the backfield. He has both Gibson and Hines, and he'll give it to Hines to go up the middle, who will break a couple tackles and get close to the marker and get the first down. 1st and 10. Gaither lines up under center from the 15-yard line. Gibson is once again the running back here. About 11.5 minutes to play. Gaither will roll out to the outside. He throws on the run to the end zone and barely overthrows Darius Slayton. That would have been a beautiful play. That brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Gaither back in shotgun will take the snap. It's a handoff to Gibson, and that's going nowhere. It was a loss of 2 to bring up a 3rd and 12. Gaither back in shotgun from the 16-yard line. Will take the snap and look to pass. He throws downfield, and that is knocked out of the air. He went right to the end zone going for Deshaun Slaughter, but we will bring out Jake Elliott for a 33-yard field goal try to make it 37-15 here in the 4th quarter. The snap, the hold, the kick is away, and it is good. Jacksonville faces a 3rd and 1 on their next drive from their own 34. Lawrence back in shotgun. Etienne is the running back. He'll take the snap. It's a screen to Etienne on the outside, but that is going nowhere. Never mind, he breaks a couple tackles and gets the 1st down. A few plays later, it is 2nd and goal from the 8 as they try to claw their way back into this game. Lawrence back in shotgun. Handoff to Etienne, and that is going nowhere. A loss of 1. 3rd and goal from the 9. Lawrence back in shotgun. 7 minutes to play here in the game. Will take the snap and look to pass. Standing in the pocket now under pressure, going to the end zone and just throws it away. It sets up a 4th and goal from the 9-yard line. Lawrence back in shotgun. Etienne still the running back. Obviously have to go to the end zone here. Lawrence takes the snap, goes to the end zone, and finds a wide open man. Touchdown Christian Kirk for the 3rd time today. And this time we will actually watch them go for 2 as they try to make it 23-17 with 6:49 to play. Lawrence takes the snap to the end zone, and it is good. We jump a little bit ahead into the Bisons drive with 5 minutes to go. It is 3rd and 4. From the Jaguars 44, Gaither will take the snap and look to pass. Roll out to the outside, trying to escape the pressure, but is going to get a huge sack on the play. Ran into his own lineman. That's just crappy EA logic. However, Rigoberto Sanchez would pin the Jacksonville Jaguars inside the 1-yard line for their next drive. They start with a handoff to Etienne, and he will be brought down at the 2-yard line. It brings up a 2nd and 8. Lawrence back in shotgun, under 4 minutes to play in the game, down by 2 scores. He takes the snap, hands off to Etienne up the middle, and he will get them out of danger. It does, however, set up a 3rd and 1, and they are running the ball a lot for being down 2 scores. Lawrence will finally drop back to pass. A quick throw to the outside is caught for the 1st down by Evan Ingram. And he would fight his way out of bounds, so it does stop the clock. 3:17 to play. Lawrence back in shotgun, takes the snap, and a quick throw downfield is caught by Ingram again for another 1st down. An incomplete pass on the next play brings up a 2nd and 10. Back from a 5-wide set, Lawrence will take the snap. He throws downfield, that is caught by Kirk, and Christian Kirk will set up a 3rd and 1 for Jacksonville. 2:15 to go. They really need to start moving down the field with a little bit more urgency. They do have all 3 timeouts. A quick throw over the middle is caught for another 1st down, but that should take us to the 2-minute warning. You're going to have to start pushing the ball downfield now. Lawrence lines up under center. Etienne is the running back from the 42-yard line. He'll drop back to pass. A quick throw over the middle, caught by Evan Ingram for another 1st down. They don't burn a timeout. Now 1:42 to play. Lawrence takes the snap, stands back in the pocket, drops farther back, and gets sacked on the play back at the 46-yard line by Kevin Donald and Tristan Hill. Brings up a 2nd and 20. They still don't burn a timeout. Lawrence going deep downfield. That is going to be incomplete, knocked out of his receiver's hands. I believe that was intended for Evan Ingram. It brings up a 3rd and 20 with 1:14 to play. From the 46-yard line, Lawrence will take the snap, trying to pull off a miracle here. He has a lot of time to throw, finally ran out and goes deep downfield, and that is incomplete. It brings up a 4th and 20. Game is on the line here. Lawrence back in shotgun. Etienne is the running back. He'll take the snap and looks at pass. Lawrence loads up and goes deep down the sideline, and that is incomplete. Jacksonville has burned 2 timeouts with 49 seconds to go. It is 3rd and 4. Gaither with a quick throw to the outside is caught for the 1st down. We will get out of here with a win. Your final score today is 37-24. I honestly did not think we would compete this well against Jacksonville, but we pull off, I would say, an upset win. I think their ratings were a lot better than ours, so I think a lot of people probably expected us to lose this game. Keyshawn Gaither made a really dumb throw to begin, but then from there was pretty well perfect. Well, okay, I guess I won't say perfect, but he was really good the rest of the day. He finishes 22 for 36, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Antonio Gibson runs for 54 yards. Keyshawn Gaither ran in for a touchdown, and Samaje Perine found the end zone. Receiving, Darius Slayton stepped up huge when Michael Thomas got hurt, 8 for 96 in a score. George Carson, 4 for 30 and a touchdown. Deshaun Slaughter had a pretty solid day as well. Over on defense, leading the team in tackles is outside linebacker Daryl Nix. Almost called him rookie outside linebacker Daryl Nix. No longer a rookie. In sacks, Javon Hargrave got 1, and Tristan Hill and Kevin Donald shared 1. Interceptions, Isaiah Rodgers got 1, Desmond King got 1, and Daryl Nix got 1. And we saw at least one of those. Trevor Lawrence had a pretty rough day until the fourth quarter. He started playing really well then. 25 for 47, 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. Travis Etienne runs for 52 yards on 17 carries, and receiving, Evan Ingram 7 for 66, but Christian Kirk was easily their best receiver today, 7 for 74 and 3 touchdowns. Following that game, Daryl Nix has an upgrade. He gets +1 to awareness, play rec pursuit, and zone coverage. And then superstar defensive end Kevin Donald gets +1 to agility, awareness, block shedding, hit power, play rec, and tackling. He is now a 90 overall. We didn't end up getting 150 rushing yards like the scenario wanted, but since we still won the game anyway, we got 1,000 XP, so we have a few upgrades to get to here. Felix McGee gets +1 to agility, man coverage, pursuit, tackle, and 2 to zone coverage. And quarterback Keyshawn Gaither also gets an upgrade. He gets +2 to throw accuracy mid, 1 to throw accuracy short, and 1 to throw on the run. And let's see how close we are to finding out his depth trait. We only need to play one more game, and we will know what his depth trait is by the end of the episode here, because I am going to be simulating week 7 against the New York Jets. But first, we have a short week scenario. The only goal we get is fundamentally sound. Beat the Jets and commit 1 or fewer turnovers. As always, if it's close near the end of the game, we will jump in and watch, but let's go ahead and take care of week 7. Now, I know this final score is going to look close. The final score is 27-19, but we were never in danger of losing this game. They scored a touchdown near the end to make it a 1-score game, but then they could not get a stop, so we were able to just run down the rest of the clock. But we improved to 4-3, and I don't know how many sacks we got today, but in simulation, it looked like we got a ton, so I think we really just tried to kill Zach Wilson. Keyshawn Gaither finishes today 22 for 32, 303 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the ground, Gibson runs for 97 yards and a score on only 10 carries. Receiving, Deshaun Slaughter 6 for 67 and a touchdown. Michael Thomas 5 for 85 and a score. George Carson 4 for 51 and Darius Slayton 4 for 50. Over on defense, leading the team in tackles is Trent Woodard with 10. In sacks though, Kevin Donald got 3, Deron Payne got 2, Trayvon Kerr got 1, and then Daryl Nix and Javon Hargrave both got half of 1. But we got no interceptions today, but we apparently didn't let him get many passes off. Actually, we did. He attempted 33 passes. He goes 16 for 33, 221, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Baker Mayfield goes 2 for 2. Running the ball, Breece Hall got 66 yards. Zach Wilson ran in for a touchdown. And receiving, Garrett Wilson was their best receiver, 5 for 61. And because we completed the short week scenario, we get 2,500 XP for everyone on the offense. And because of that experience, we have a few upgrades to get to again. Tight end George Carson gets +1 to awareness, 2 to catch in traffic, 1 to deep route, 1 to release, 1 to run block, 1 to run block power, and 1 to short route. Wide receiver Darius Slayton gets +1 to acceleration, 3 to awareness, 1 to deep route, and 1 to spectacular catching. Wide receiver Deshaun Slaughter gets +4 to awareness, 1 to catching, and 1 to deep route running. And wide receiver Jamarcus Tompkins gets +2 to awareness, 2 to catch in traffic, and 1 to catching. And the final upgrade goes to quarterback Keyshawn Gaither, and I can already see by his overall that our suspicions were correct. He gets +1 to play action, throw accuracy mid, throw accuracy short, and throw power, and his depth trait is officially a superstar X Factor, so I would say it was a good trade to get rid of Greg Knox and draft Keyshawn Gaither, even if there is some rookie growing pains this season. However, that is going to end this episode. We will pick up next episode in week 8 against the Arizona Cardinals. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you next time.